Internal control. IT controls are divided into two categories, namely preventive controls and discovery controls. Which of the following corresponds to discovery controls? A. Design the data input interface in a way that eliminates the chances of a control mistake. B. The output lists and input slips from the data input stage is checked against each other. C. Limit the numbers of people who are responsible for the data input and assign them with the power to access with a limit of the number of people. Or D. Produce the data input manual and educate the people who are responsible for inputting the data. Again, in order to answer this question, we'll first of all look at what is an IT control. IT controls are specific activities that guarantee the soundness of a given corporation through observing, recording and managing the business activities of the IT employing corporation. Generally speaking, with regards to the internal controls of a corporation, they have preventive objectives and discovery objectives. The former corresponds to preventive controls and the latter corresponds to discovery controls. A preventive control system involves control activities that prevents the occurrence of any mistakes or errors that could potentially take place within the business. It works on a preemptive sense. You are trying to see what's going to happen and try to prevent that from happening. A discovery control system involves control activities after the mistakes and errors have already happened. So that's the difference between discovery and preventive. Preventive is for before something happens, you try and prevent it, and a discovery control is to deal with something once it's already happened, after the mistakes and errors. After the data input, the output lists are checked against the input slips to confirm that there is no mistake. It is an after process, which corresponds to the discovery controls. Hence, B is the correct answer. Here, with regards to the multiple choices available, one could easily come to the right answer by judging which measure is utilized when, that is, before or after the input procedure. Now we'll look at the other choices that we had. Option A was about designing a data input. Now this is a preventive control because we are designing something that eliminates the chances of a control mistake. Limiting the number of people who are responsible for the data input and assigning them with the power to access, this also works as a preventive control. And option D was producing a data input manual and educating the people who are responsible for inputting the data. Again, this is a preventive control. In all three of these cases, we see that these actions are taken to prevent something from happening in the future or to change what can happen later on. None of these are working with something that has already happened in the past or the present. And that is why they are all preventive controls and not discovery controls. So they are all the wrong answer. So in this case,